Some run, some make runways. From Jordan.
I like it. Time for takeoff, folks. Some run, some make runways. That was Russell Westbrook's new Jordan commercial. Just to be clear, Kevin Durant, also a Nike athlete, but not under that Jordan umbrella. Hello, Stephen A. How should Kevin Durant feel about this new commercial?
Oh, he should take it as a slap in the face, because that's exactly what it was. I mean, Jordan won't admit it. Russell Westbrook may or may not admit it, but that's exactly how you take it. Some run. I mean, forget the runway part. Some run.
Yeah.
No, that there is no question.
So good.
There is no question. And first of all, it was a fabulous commercial.
So good.
It's a fabulous
It's
commercial.
So impactful.
They probably did it knowing that we was going to talk about it. Way to go, MJ, and way to go, Russell Westbrook. Because let me tell you something. When you say some run, Russell Westbrook got to approve that. You understand what I'm saying? Russell Westbrook got to approve that. And see, that's that dog in him. That dog, I mean, that's a compliment. That's that dog in him right there, okay? So I definitely think that if you're Kevin Durant, you got to take it the way that it was meant to be taken. It is definitely a slap at Kevin Durant. It is definitely accusing him of running. It is definitely bringing into focus that Kevin Durant didn't stick around to finish the job after he assisted in an epic collapse that only 8 teams in NBA history have suffered from. That means being up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals for all of you folks out there, or the Conference Finals, and then losing that lead in the playoff series, 1 game away from the NBA Finals. That is what transpired. And there is no other way to slice that. Now, if you're Russell Westbrook, beware, because Kevin Durant may very well have a response. But what I love about this, we have no doubt that Russell Westbrook's going to have his response. I mean, look, one of the things, and I'm not very excited. It's rare that I'm not excited about an NBA season.
Yeah.
We all know how disgusted I am, because I think that Kevin Durant, he's so great of a player that his arrival in Golden State absolutely shifts the balance of power. And we'll get into Kobe and him talking about competitors and not being afraid and all of this other stuff. We'll get into that a little bit later on in the show. But there is no doubt that when you talk about fear and when you talk about being scared, these are not things that will ever be associated with Russell Westbrook. Nope. You scratch that.
Or MJ.
You can scratch that. Well, MJ has we're not even bringing up MJ. I mean, he's retired and people should still be scared of him. Okay? But with Russell Westbrook, I mean, this Lord have mercy. He don't care. I mean, I will admit, I saw this commercial and I smiled, because I said something to look forward to other than the finals, something to look forward to other than June, okay? Something to look forward to. I'm looking forward to watching this man, go run roughshod throughout the league. Russell Westbrook's going to have an attitude. He's coming, and Kevin Durant had better come as well. I know he will, because he's too great not to, but Russell's coming, and I love that. This commercial said that to me.
So well done, yeah.
This commercial said that to me.
It's obviously a shot at Durant. And how should Durant take it? Just like this. Okay, everybody. Westbrook, basketball fans, whoever it is, take shots now. Because when the season starts, I'm going to make shots. You know who's going to take the last shot on the Warriors? Oh, who's going to take the last shot? Westbrook or Durant? That was a big. And OKC, who's the alpha? Who's this? Who's that? The open man is going to take the last shot on the Warriors.
No, I'm so excited. It's so exciting to say that.
Kevin,
so excited to hear that.
That's why Kevin Durant
I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled that
he's playing ball in OKC. He's like, it doesn't have to be this hard. Why can't we just play ball the right way? Whoever has it. So while the commercial is great, and Russell Westbrook is my favorite player, he is a great player who is great precisely because he plays with a chip on his shoulder. You can see it in the way he plays. And now that chip is even more energizing to him.
It's a boulder.
Obviously. And by the way, their team ain't bad. It's not like they have a bad team, and Westbrook is about to go crazy. You're absolutely correct. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I root for him. This is on brand. Also, you bring up Michael Jordan and then Kobe Bryant. In many ways, it's Westbrook who's the inheritor of that Jordan Kobe lineage, that killer, I just want to win,
assassin.
Don't tell me anything else.
Stop. I'm not going to listen to that blasphemy.
Go ahead.
We're going to stop that. You may be right, talent-wise, but keep in mind, you didn't hear too much about Kobe and MJ until you saw the chip. You don't get to get met. That's right. We saw Kobe come into the league, and we knew what he wanted to be. The walk, the strut, how he sauntered, the kind of game he tried to emulate. But in the end, it was really irrelevant, and it didn't gain steam until the championships arrived. Remember, he got in the league in 1996, had a ring 4 years later. My point to you is that with Russell Westbrook, as much as I agree in terms of that alpha dog mentality that he has, what I mean by saying blasphemous is I'm going to stop you from going any further until we get the chip. I don't want any comparison to Kobe or MJ without rings. That's all I'm saying. Without rings.
But that's two separate things. I said that he's the inheritor of that Jordan-Kobe spirit, that competitive spirit.
Right.
When you say, oh, we didn't hear much from Jordan before the ring, Stephen A.
I said Kobe.
Well, no, you said Jordan and Kobe, as a matter of fact.
I said Kobe.
You want to rewind the tapes?
I said Kobe. I thought I said Kobe.
Carry on. Whatever. Keep going.
Yeah, but even Kobe, when he was lighting Jordan up when Jordan was in Washington, pre-rings, all we heard about was Kobe Bryant.
No.
Kobe Bryant was taking the league by storm before he got any rings.
No. Kobe came into the league out of Lower Merion. We knew that Jordan was his idol. We talked about him and the fact that he got drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, but stolen by Jerry West night of the draft and ended up in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform, made noise because Shaquille O'Neal had been stolen by Jerry West from the Orlando Magic in the middle of the night because Jerry West, being a brilliant executive that he was, pulled it off. So you thought about Shaq, Kobe. You saw Kobe and the potential, so you did mention it. But at the same time, what I'm saying is where it gathered steam was that Kobe was on the come up. You knew what he was idolizing and what he was shooting for, but it really took off when he captured it. Now, Russell Westbrook has been in the league for how many years? 7, 8 years? He still doesn't have that ring. And I'm simply saying, out of deference and respect to the greatness of MJ and the Black Mamba, spirit and all aside, in the end, I don't give a damn about your spirit if you don't have the credentials to back it up.
I'm not saying he's as good as Jordan or Kobe.
Let me say this to you.
You know why? He's not 6'6".
Wait a minute.
That's the reason
I got
why.
news for you. If Russell Westbrook wins a chip, let me tell you something right now. Are you ready for this? Are you ready to faint?
Yes.
As great as Kobe was, as athletic as Kobe was.
Don't be wrong twice in the same segment.
Well, I'm never wrong. But the point is, as athletic as Kobe was, y'all trying to tell me he was more athletic than Russell Westbrook?
No.
Oh, not at all.
No.
Not at all. So what I'm trying to say to you is that even though Russell Westbrook may be an inch or two shorter, in the end, what it comes down to, and not three. You ever stood next to Russell Westbrook? He is not 3 inches shorter than Kobe. Trust me on this. The point that I'm trying to make to you is that when you look at Russell Westbrook and when he brings to the table, I've got no questions about his talents or his abilities. I am saying your resume does not warrant you being mentioned in the same sentence as Kobe.
And yet,
or
here
MJ.
I go. He is the inheritor of that competitive spirit. But, of course, he's not on their he's not Michael Jordan level. There's no one is. Or Kobe Bryant level. Very few have ever been. But he has that same, you could see when he plays, that same fire. The way I put it, if Allen Iverson and Kobe Bryant had a baby, it'd be Russell Westbrook. The point is, he's still in a situation where he's got no shot to win a championship this year. And Kevin Durant, in the short term, my point is, everyone gets your shots off at Kevin Durant right now. Have your fun now. Make fun of him now. Because once the season starts, once the season is finished, he will have the last
And my point to you
I liked your one-liner earlier.
That's what Kevin Durant has ruined. Because when you say once the season starts, if you say once the season starts with Chicago, you know what you say? Wait till you see what MJ does. Once the season starts with the Lakers, wait till you see what Kobe does. Once the season starts with the Warriors, oh, the open man will get it.
Yes.
It's just something that's missing from that.
Is there something?
As a basketball lover, you don't understand. You don't appreciate what I'm saying. You don't understand.
The
last time, hold on.
My heart's hurting.
Hold on.
And my heart's hurting. And you're not being sensitive.
And when Stephen A. not happy, we're all not happy.
My heart's hurting.
This isn't timeout. I'm teeing you up. This isn't timeout. I'm teeing. Hold up. You, who decry every day on this show. Oh, last time the Knicks won a championship, I was 5 years old. Everyone on that team wrote a book because it was such a smart team, right? You know what the most famous book was? Dave DeBusch's book, entitled The Open Man. That's why that team is celebrated, because they played it the right way, just like the Spurs do nowadays. They
right, Larry Brown. All right, Larry Brown. It's always good to talk to you, Larry Brown. Oh, Steven, you don't understand, Steven. I mean, just he's got to play the right way. Who can look, man? Like I said, you look forward to MJ. You look forward to Kobe. You look forward to LeBron. You look forward to Steph Curry. Here comes Kevin Durant.
Can I say
now
something?
Here we go. Oh, the open man is good. I mean, we know this.
Can I say
we
something?
know it, but
That's
my
why.
God.
That's
I mean,
why. What
man.
Stephen A. What you're saying is why Westbrook's my favorite player. Because I know we heard open man, whatever. Let me see a Russell Westbrook. But it's also the reason why Kevin Durant's going to win a championship before Russell Westbrook.
I saw MJ pass it to Paxson and
well, yeah, Phil Jackson. So did
wait a
Kobe.
minute, I know, but what I'm saying is I saw him pass it to those guys. We know the open man's going to get the ball. I get it. I'm just saying, damn, that's what we got to look forward to.
Want
it just messed up everything. Kevin Durant messed up everything. He messed up
Can we move on, gentlemen?
Everything.
All right. Max, that brings me to my question. How would have Kobe's team done against the Warriors?
They'd have lost. My friend Rick Fox is going to kill me for this one.
Which team?
All the Lakers teams lose to this Warriors team.
All
of them.
You mean
Blanket statement.
All of them.
Showtime?
Everyone.
You mean the 2000, 2001 Lakers team?
Yeah, everyone. But we're talking about Kobe's championship Lakers team.
Stephen A. said.
Now, I'm going to have to start by explaining the difference between better and greater.
Okay.
Are these Warriors teams greater than those Lakers teams? No. What's the difference? I'm going to go to track and field because track and field is purely objective.
Okay.
Better is measured by how fast you get from point A to point B. So take the 100-meter dash. The quicker the time, the better you are.
What?
So, you got to follow me.
Let him finish.
So every top 10 sprinter in the world today is better than Jesse Owens. You know how we know? Because opinions are taken out, and we can look at the time. Every single top 10 sprinter in the world today is better than Jesse Owens. How many are as great? None, one, something like that. The point is he fared better against his contemporaries than anyone except maybe Usain Bolt fares against his contemporaries. So you can say he's as great or greater, but you can't say he's as good. You can't say he's better than. We have the times to prove it. In the one sport you can measure objectively, you see everyone gets better and better and better. Now, how does this apply to the Lakers? Because Stephen A. sees Shaq and Kobe, and in their case, they may have also been, better in a kind of pure basketball sense. If you sent these Warriors back to that era, maybe the Lakers win. If you sent them both to a neutral era, maybe the Lakers win. But if they are playing basketball in 2016, you mean to tell me, let's take the 2000-2001 Lakers. That's the greatest incarnation of any team in Kobe's career, right? Iteration of it. It's when Shaq was the MVP and they were unstoppable. They went 15-1 in the postseason. They hit 439 threes that whole season. The Warriors hit 1,077. They more than doubled their total. So that team, no matter how you slice it, they're counting by two. These guys are counting by threes. There's no hand checking. You got zone defenses. You have the spread pick and roll. Now, if that team had time to prepare for this team a season long, they could tweak the roster, get three-point shooters, they could compete. But they're not going to beat a team that is better offensively, better offensive efficiency. That's by the numbers. They're better defensive efficiency, these Warriors teams. That's by the numbers. And you're simply not going to beat them counting by twos, Stephen A., no matter how you slice it. Don't pretend you're not amazed by those points. The only way to be not amazed is to not listen.
You shouldn't even be allowed to talk basketball after that comment. It's unbelievable to me. First of all, a couple of things that we have to take into consideration. We can't have it all. You can't have the players and the rules of today and all of this other stuff that comes along with it that allows you to qualify your statements by throwing in about 17 ifs before you come to your conclusion. We got to look at talent. And what I'm saying to you is this. You can sit up there and say, okay, the Warriors are unbeatable based on today's rules. Hell yeah. You know why? Because you can't touch them. If you sat up there and you had bad breath, all right, and you didn't take an Altoid, you might get called for 5 fouls, okay? So surely under those circumstances, yeah, they could win. But the reality is clear. When we look at these rosters, Max Kellerman, when we look at the rosters of the Los Angeles Lakers, let's take into account 2000, 2001. That Lakers team, that was, a
lot of good perimeter defenders on that team.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah. How about that? Because, see, you forgot to bring that up. I'm not gonna forget. 15 17-1 in the playoffs. That's what they were. They had the most dominant force of the modern day era in Shaquille O'Neal. No answer. No answer.
No answer, but you counted by twos and ones, because sometimes it only hits one foul shot.
Wait a minute. But who's fouling him? Because you only got but so many fouls to give. It's going to be Klay Thompson collapsing, Draymond Green collapsing. You got Derek Fisher. I'm going to bring up Derek Fisher. Do you know why? Because you talk about somebody that would have been all up in Steph Curry, making him very, very uncomfortable. Oh, that would have been. And why would I bring that up? I would have never thought to bring that up before these playoffs. But what I saw happen to Steph Curry in the playoffs,
100%.
particularly, so I'm not going to ignore that. I'm also not going to forget Ron Harper, who was a pretty damn good defender, who, by the way, had like a 6 to 7 inch height advantage over Steph Curry, for crying out loud, at least a 5 inch.
I mean, you said he was hurt. That's why he had a bad series.
Wait a minute.
You said he was hurt.
That's not the point. That's not the point. What I am saying to you is this. When you look at their talent, okay, who you going to defend? We got questions about who Golden State's going to defend now. Who are you going to defend then? And by the way, I just said all of these things.
Where are they playing?
Hold on.
Where are they playing?
I just said all of these things. I didn't even get to Kobe. I didn't even bring up Kobe. I didn't even get to Kobe yet. I'm talking about the Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba.
Yeah.
The Kobe Bryant that averaged 28. The Kobe Bryant who was a second-team all-defensive player. For 4 straight years, Kobe Bryant was either first-team or second-team all-defense. And you're going to put either Steph Curry or Klay Thompson in front of his face, and you think they're going to score?
I will remind you.
Excuse me.
I will remind you.
Excuse me.
That the Phoenix Suns, with that primitive style that the Warriors have basically perfected, like the beginnings of the spread pick and roll, the Steve Nash, gave the Lakers run. This is them on steroids, so to speak.
With just nonsensical stuff for 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Chill. That Kobe
Longest
stuff
5 minutes I ever had on this show.
That Kobe Bryant with those 5. You could say maybe you didn't deserve it. Maybe you didn't deserve it. The point that I'm trying to make to you is this. That was years later with Phoenix. We talk about 2000, 2001.
When are they playing? Are they playing today or are they playing then?
That's my point.
Yes.
You sat up there.
Today.
You sat up there today.
Yes.
My point to you is this. You can get called for a foul for having bad breath.
Right.
Kobe,
So you agree?
Shaq.
So you agree today they wouldn't win?
No. I don't agree with that.
Oh, so
Because what I'm saying to you is this. What I saw in the playoffs that was allowed was more emblematic of what took place years ago than what takes place in today's game. They're not beating the Los Angeles Lakers. They make it interesting, but they're not beating Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah. Shaq's counting by twos and sometimes ones. He only hits 1 out of 2. They're counting by threes. It's math. It's arithmetic.
You know what? Okay. All right.
I mean, the Lakers.
From now on, you know what? I got a right to talk boxing.
We have a right to talk boxing.
Because if you can say that stuff about